From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at sunrise.
News Channel 2 at sunrise starts as we are tracking some scattered showers and thunderstorms for those with an early morning commute.
Also, police are looking for the person or persons involved in a late-night shooting in Utica Wednesday night that put a Utica teenager in the hospital.
And we'll steer you toward a fundraiser to help two families burned out of a home in Utica. It's 5 o'clock. Good morning. Today is Friday. It's July 6th. I'm Katrina Smith.
And I'm Jason Powles. Get your umbrella ready if you get up early and get out the door early. Reed says we've got some rain on the way. Reed in for Jill, and it's short-lived, right?
Yeah, it's looking like we're going to be clearing out before 7 o'clock, so that's a good sign. But for those of you who have that early morning commute, you definitely want to bring that umbrella with you because chances are you might see a little bit of some rain. And as we take a live look at the radar, you can see still some thunderstorms going on outside. A couple of strikes of lightning just to the north of Lake Pleasant in Hamilton County and to the north of Stratford. So be mindful of that. And we do have another band of showers just to our south that'll be making its way through Madison and Shenango soon. Temperatures outside, though, in the 70s, 70 in Inlet, 75 in Westmoreland, 74 in Cooperstown. And as we take a look at those weather headlines today, we're looking at those showers to start, but we are clearing out, and it's going to be much less humid and a cooler afternoon for us. And with that, we are also looking at a beautiful weekend ahead. But for today, we are looking at skies gradually clearing, becoming sunny by the end of the day, with those temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 70s. We'll have a full look at that forecast coming up in a little while. Jason and Katrina.
Reed, thank you. Utica police tell us a teenager is in stable condition after he was shot late Wednesday night in Utica.
17-year-old Giovanni Williams suffered a gunshot wound in front of 1507 West Street. This happening just before midnight. He was taken to St. Elizabeth Medical Center, had surgery. Again, police tell us he's in stable condition. No arrests have been made. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is asked to contact Utica Police Major Crimes Unit. The phone number is right there on your screen. It's 315-360-6976.
We are learning new details from the public about a fire on Steuben Street in Utica that damaged a family's home early Thursday morning. A GoFundMe page has been created by one of the bystanders that we spoke with at the scene. The description of the page says in part, quote, "Due to misuse of other people's fireworks, my mother's house caught fire last night, July 4th. They are a big family of 7 currently living there, and they all need the help they can get, all the help they can get." Now, so far, no officials have confirmed to us that fireworks were the cause of that fire.
New Hartford police tell us a small dog is dead following an accident on the Seneca Turnpike. You can see how the SUV came to a stop on top of the other car involved in the crash. The accident happened just before 2 Thursday afternoon. Police say the SUV was turning left out of the Wendy's parking lot and failed to give the right-of-way to the car and struck the front end. No one was hurt in the other vehicle, but a small dog riding in the back passenger seat of that car was killed. The driver of the SUV, 24-year-old Liam Halpin, was ticketed for failure to yield the right-of-way.
A Rome man was treated at a local hospital after he almost drowned. According to the United County Sheriff's Office, a Good Samaritan saw a swimmer in distress in waist-deep water at Delta Lake State Park. 56-year-old Michael Mastro was rescued and given CPR by lifeguards at the scene. The victim was then taken to the Rome Memorial Hospital for treatment and is listed in critical condition.
State police say a Verona Beach man is facing charges for rape that happened several years ago. They say Joseph Walker had sexual contact with a child under 15 years old. This reportedly happening from 2014 to 2015. Walker is charged with 1 count of felony rape in the second degree, 1 count of criminal sex act in the second degree. The victim was offered services through the Oneida County Child Advocacy Center.
An Ava woman is facing charges this morning after authorities say she lied to deputies. Lewis County Sheriff stopped Abigail Loomis for speeding along State Route 26 in Turin. Loomis then allegedly gave authorities a false name because her driver's license had been suspended and there was a warrant for her arrest. Authorities also found illegal fireworks in the car, hypodermic needles, drug paraphernalia, and small white pills that appeared to be an opiate medication. She is scheduled to appear in court at a later date.
Roads were closed and rail traffic stopped after a railroad bridge collapsed in Syracuse Thursday afternoon. The collapse was reported around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Emergency crews responding, blocking off the area of West Onondaga Street and South Clinton Street. You can see right there on your screen, about a half-mile away from the Landmark Theater. Part of the bridge that fell off brought down a power pole with it. The mayor says no one was hurt in the accident. Crews are making sure the area is safe, but officials don't know when that will reopen. The mayor says his office is checking on other railroad bridges now in the city.
Rome's mayor says a structural engineer visited the train station to evaluate the partially collapsed ceiling there. They expect to know the cost of the repairs by the end of this week or early next week. Until then, the entire station remains closed. The hole is roughly 6 feet long and sits over a pedestrian walkway leading to the tracks. Nobody was hurt when the debris fell. City officials applied for grants weeks before this incident even happened to try and secure state dollars to help make repairs in the aging building.
Time now is 5:05. Still ahead, we have all the details you need to know for Boilermakers. All things Boilermaker this weekend.
Also coming up, where will Utica's downtown hospital's helipad go? It's sparking quite the debate. We'll break it down for you. First, though, we want to get a morning commute check with Reed. He's never more than 10 minutes away.
Well, for those of you with that early morning commute, might want to bring that umbrella because we're looking at some scattered showers and thunderstorms.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Jason Pallas, Katrina Smith, and weather with meteorologist Jill Reel. News Channel 2, where the news comes first. The Cooperstown Camera is brought to you by the Lake House Restaurant in Richfield Springs.
And the time now is 5:08, and we say good morning to Forestport and all of the greater Utica region. Beautiful shot right there. We're starting out our day today with a little bit of some showers. That looks to clear out early on, and with that, the day gets better and better the later on in the day we go. But we do want to take a look at some of those photos that you guys sent us in yesterday. This first one being the sunset sent in by Chuck out over Oneida Lake, and that is a beautiful shot right there. A great day for a boat ride. Nice warm temperatures. And then we had some showers coming in. This one sent in from our viewer Mark, and this is actually sent in by Shane of Altamar, and that is the south shore of Oneida Lake as those thunderstorms came on through. So that is a really great shot. So thank you for sharing that one with us. And we also have a picture of a purple finch sent in from our Skywatcher Mark in Milford. So great shots right there. Thank you for those guys. And if you are heading outside today, here's a look at your algae report. Those pollen levels looking to stay low for Friday and Saturday, going up a little bit on Sunday, and that is for grasses, dock, and plantain. Jason and Katrina.
Reed, thank you. At the beginning of the week, the Utica Fire Department welcomed back an old friend to service as the new temporary fire chief. And this morning, some news of some much needed funds to help crews do their job.
Utica Fire Department now has a tactical unit that will help save lives. Tactical Unit 2 will replace an old rescue unit that handled more than 3,000 calls each year. The old unit is 13 years old and had more than 100,000 miles on it. The unit will handle life support medical calls. It'll also help firefighters administer Narcan for drug overdoses. The unit was funded through a $250,000 state grant that Assemblyman Anthony Brindisi helped to secure.
As officials for the new hospital downtown plan to put their helipad on grass outside the emergency department in blueprints, a Utica councilman is speaking out to say he thinks the roof makes more sense. Now here's a look between Columbia, Broadway, State, and Oriskany Boulevard, where they are planning to put the helipad in conjunction with the blueprint of the rest of the hospital. When it comes to other MVHS hospital layouts, St. Luke's helipad is on the ground next to the hospital. St. Elizabeth's is on the parking garage roof. Councilman Joe Marino, who represents Utica's 4th District, thinks the helipad belongs on the roof, not for safety reasons, which he believes MVHS would adequately address, but because it can be done with less land.
To take that much land for a helipad, I understand there could be safety concerns about landing a helicopter and in the middle of a city. I don't know that that's necessarily a problem. I think the problem more is utilizing that much land for the surface parking and the helipad. Those are the discussions that I fear get lost in the shuffle between the location fight.
MVHS officials are responding, saying, quote, "The space the helistop requires on the ground is minimal, and it is unlikely that a relocation of the helistop to the roof would cause a significant change in the layout of the campus and the land needed."
If you're a fan of Forever 21, you're in luck. A new clothing store called F21 Red opens in Sangertown Square Mall this weekend. F21 Red is a clothing store owned by the same company as Forever 21. The official grand opening is tomorrow at 10 a.m. First 100 customers will get promotional gift cards to the store, and a DJ will be playing music to celebrate that opening. It's 15,500 square foot space in the JCPenney wing of the mall next to Jimmy Jazz. According to the site, F21 Red offers affordable fashion options in a family-friendly environment.
After months of construction, the new McDonald's in Washington Mills is open for business. That was torn down back in April to make room for this newer model. The location is 45 years old, so it's a staple in Washington Mills. New at this McDonald's, how about this? Self-order kiosks and a new, fresh, open-air look. We talked to the owner of the store, who happens to own 23 other local McDonald's, and he says it was definitely time for an updated look.
It's up to McDonald's and myself to change with the times. If we don't change with the times, we'll be out of business. You know, like Montgomery Ward, Sears Roebuck, and the list goes on and on and on. It's all about changing with your customers and serving them better.
And while construction was taking place, the 62 employees at this location worked at other McDonald's eateries around the area. Also, as part of the festivities, a $1,000 donation was made to the Ronald McDonald House.
Construction is underway on a new building in Rome that's right across from Fort Stammix on the corner of James Street and Erie Boulevard. According to the mayor, the building will be home to dental offices and an urgent care. The land was formerly owned by Berkshire Bank. It was sold to a private company. No word yet on when that construction will be complete.
Time now is 5:13. Coming up, there's something that a lot of people do to try to boost their credit scores, but it actually has the reverse effect. This morning, information you need to know on how to fix that.
And Reed's in for Jill. His forecast never more than 10 minutes away.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Reed Kisselback.
Well, good morning and welcome back, everybody. We're dealing with some on-again, off-again rain showers for most of us, but there is a little bit of some showers still going on outside before we clear out later on this morning. But we're going to take a live look at our Crew Collision Tower cam facing out towards Utica. You can see we're off to a little bit of some clouds to start, but we are going to be gradually clearing this morning and seeing some sunshine by the time we get into the later part of the day. Live look at the radar. We're looking at some showers working their way on through. With them, we do see a little bit of some lightning, mainly down to our south. This is about to be making its way into Madison and Shenango counties between Hamilton and Sherburne. A little bit of some lightning over there and up north in parts of Fulton County, just south of Arietta. We can see a little bit of some lightning out there as well. Temperature outside at Griffiths Airport, 75 degrees. A little bit of a breezy wind right now. We're at 14 miles an hour. Some clouds sticking around out there as well. And you can see the sun was just starting to come out in Herkimer. And temperatures right now, 70 degrees in Inlet, 75 in Westmoreland, 75 in Dodgeville, 74 in Cooperstown. Heading into the weekend, we are staying in the 70s to start. Today we're looking at a high of 78. Tomorrow, high of 77. Boilermaker weekend looking very nice for us. High of 82 on Sunday. Race time, though, looking very nice as well. We'll have a look at that one in the next half hour of the show. And Monday, Tuesday starting to warm back up a little bit. But our temperature trend for today, we are going to be in those mid-70s. We are going to rise up towards around 78 degrees for a high today with that sun coming in later on. And then we will be gradually cooling on down into even the 40s as we're looking at clear skies overnight. But we'll take a look at your Skycast heading towards noontime. Those showers are gone. They look to be gone rather quickly. We're up towards the mid-70s by this point. Heading to the evening, we're down right around that 70-degree mark already as we're looking at clear skies and sunshine. Heading overnight around 7 p.m. if you do have plans to head out. Still looking like a good night to go out and enjoy. And overnight, we do drop down into the low 40s. And by the time we get, into the 40s, and by the time we get to Saturday morning, the first start of our Boilermaker weekend, we're looking at those temperatures right around the mid-50s. So not too bad for us, but for today, we're going to be seeing those skies gradually clear, becoming more so sunny as we work away into the afternoon, those highs getting up into the upper 70s and heading into the night tonight. We are looking at clear skies, and with that, our temperatures are going to be dropping down into the upper 40s. And taking a look at that 7-day forecast, plenty of sunshine once these showers clear out this morning. And that is going to be setting us up for a beautiful weekend ahead, especially for the Boilermaker. And we're not warming up once again until we get to really Monday when we're back up into those mid to upper 80s.
That's okay.
Yeah, take it. Enjoy the
running tile.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
Did you see Jason's tie this
I did.
morning?
I told him I think my dad has the same exact tie.
I have to say it is an amazing tie.
It is a good tie.
All right.
It is.
It
Boilermaker tie.
timely. All right. Thanks, Reed. Hey, we're going to get some new numbers on the economy later today.
The Labor Department will release the June unemployment numbers this morning. Some economists have forecast the Labor Department's report will show solid job growth The unemployment rate has fallen to an 18-year low of 3.8%, and some analysts expect that to hold.
Many Americans try to boost their credit scores by carrying a balance on their credit cards. A new study from creditcards.com finds that 1 in 5 credit card users have carried a balance to try to improve their credit scores. But experts say leaving a balance is not one of the factors that leads to a good credit score, and it could do more harm than good. 28% of millennials, now if you're wondering what that age group is, it's 18 to 37. They say they have made that mistake, while only 25% of Gen Xers, 38 to 53, and 16% of those 54 and older admit to carrying a balance in hopes of getting a better credit score. Here's what the experts say. Pay off your bill each month, if possible, and paying on time is very key to getting a good credit score.
Which fast food restaurant tops the list when it comes to customer satisfaction? Chick-fil-A once again on the top-rated tier of the fast food restaurant chain. That's according to a survey by the American Customer Satisfaction Index. It's the limited service category. Chick-fil-A remained the clear winner for the 3rd straight year, scoring 87 out of 100 points, 6 points above its closest competitor, which is, can you guess it, Panera Bread, scored an 81. Subway close behind with 80 points. Arby's, a score of 79. McDonald's came in last place for the 3rd straight year with a score of 69. A lot of people like McDonald's. The element that fast food customers say improved the most this year was speed of checkout or delivery. There's a Chick-fil-A right in Cicero, if you're wondering. Coming up, the Red Hen restaurant reopens after denying White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders service.
And it's all politics across the pond and in the air. We'll explain. Plus, Reed will have another look at the weather. His forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. Let's take a look at one of the biggest stories in Washington right now.
The embattled administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency has resigned. Scott Pruitt has faced an array of ethical questions about his travel spending, security costs, and misuse of government resources. Pruitt denies any wrongdoing. In a tweet, President Trump said the Senate confirmed Andrew Wheeler, current EPA deputy director, as acting administrator. The president says, "I have no doubt that Andy will continue on with our great and lasting EPA agenda. We have made tremendous progress, and the future of the EPA is very bright." Wheeler will assume duties on Monday.
The Virginia restaurant that asked Sarah Huckabee Sanders to leave 2 weeks ago has now reopened for business. The Red Hen restaurant in Lexington has received backlash from supporters of the Trump administration following that incident. The decision has even sparked protests, with one group called the Patriot Picket, who protested outside the restaurant on Thursday. Members of the group held signs up with phrases such as, "We shall overcome Democrats," and Democrats ejecting patrons like a Klan boss. The restaurant says it was fully booked for the evening.
Protesters have been given approval to fly a blimp depicting Donald Trump as a giant orange baby. Take a look. The blimp is complete with tiny hands and a diaper. It will fly over Parliament during the U.S. president's visit to Britain next week. The Greater London Authority says the 20-foot inflatable can fly 2 hours on July 13th. Activist Leo Murray, one of those behind the blimp, said Thursday City Hall originally told us they don't recognize Trump baby as a legitimate protest. And now to the story that's capturing attention all over the world. Former Thai Navy SEAL died while trying to rescue the youth soccer team trapped in a cave. His death highlights just how dangerous the situation is, not only for the boys, but for those trying to save them. CNN's Gary Tishman talked to some divers at the cave in Utah about the perils facing the rescuers.
I walk in 40-degree water with 2 of the preeminent cave divers in the United States. Sergeant Wendell Knope is the trainer of the Utah Department of Public Safety dive team. Richard Lamb is a civilian who is part of the team. We're in northern Utah's Logan Canyon, at a cave system geographically similar to the cave in Thailand where the young boys and coach are trapped. And it's similar in other ways too.
This cave is flooded with snowmelt water. The cave in Thailand is flooded with monsoon water.
Both men begin their scuba voyage into the cave with our cameras to give us a look at the dangers and show us why you absolutely never do anything like this without cave diving certification. Just getting into this nearly half-mile-long cave system requires squeezing through a narrow tunnel, and this is not the narrowest tunnel they will face, in waters that go as deep as 90 feet.
Are you scared sometimes when you go in a cave like this?
I have at times been afraid when something unexpected happens.
Something unexpected includes equipment failure, changes in water depth, and falling rocks and boulders that could leave you trapped.
My greatest fear is running out of air before I make it out of the cave. The truth is, I've been stuck in this cave.
Stuck for about 6 minutes, Richard Lamb says. It crossed his mind that he was in serious trouble. He was rescued by Sergeant Nope. To become cave diver certified, one of the requirements is that you must be at least 18 years old, due to the difficulty and skill needed, which raises yet another concern for those boys in Thailand, some as young as 11, and several who can't swim.
In my perception, it's a last resort, but it is a viable means of providing them an escape route.
If it's the only resort.
If it's the only resort.
Officials in Thailand are pumping water out of the caves around the clock. A much better option, says this master diver.
I believe if the rain were to subside enough that the pumps could draw enough water out of the cave, that would be an optimal scenario.
This frigid, watery cave is so inherently dangerous that we've been told that more people have walked on the moon than have navigated through this. Our two experts tell us, in addition to themselves, they know of only 5 other people who've gone through here.
The circumstances for the boys and their soccer coach in Thailand remain life-threatening and extremely challenging. But these Utah experts have faith in their diving colleagues on the scene.
When a human being is faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges, we seem to rise to that challenge.
Gary Tuckman, CNN, Logan Canyon, Utah.
And for today, once those showers clear on out, we're looking at skies gradually clearing. We'll see plenty of sunshine as we work away into the afternoon, with highs getting up into the upper 70s. Jason and Katrina.
Thank you, Reed. It's 5:28. More news coming up, including what's in store today for the big Boilermaker Expo.
Also coming up, cruising down the street in a motorcycle. Sounds like a great Sunday morning, right? Nice, relaxing, but for one man, it's a little bit different than you'd expect. And of course, Reed will be back with his full forecast. It's all ahead as sunrise continues.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at Sunrise.
News Channel 2 at Sunrise continues as we are tracking some scattered showers and thunderstorms for those of you with an early morning commute.
And today is a big day as we begin the kickoff for Boilermaker weekend.
And it takes more than you think to keep up with the runners at the Boilermaker. It's 5:31. Good morning. Today is Friday, July 6th. I'm Jason Paulus.
And I'm Katrina Smith. Big weekend ahead of us. All eyes are on the weather to see what that holds for Boilermaker weekend. Let's head over to the Weather Center and see what Reed's tracking this morning.
Well, this morning we're still looking at a little bit of some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms left over from last night, but the good news is it's not going to be staying around for that much longer. With that, we'll take a live look at our Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and you can see a little bit some light showers in parts of our viewing area. However, as we get down towards Madison and Shenango counties, we can see some spots of heavier rain and some lightning. So if you are going to be going outside anytime soon, be mindful of that, as well as the easternmost part of Hamilton County. We have some heavier rain and lightning going out there as well. So just be mindful of that as you make your plans for this morning. Temperature-wise, though, outside we are in the 70s already, 70 in Inlet, 74 in Westmoreland, 74 in Cooperstown, and 73 in Oneonta. And as we take a look at your fish and game forecast for the day today, conditions are looking to be mainly fair, but all in all, it is going to be a nice day today. Skies are going to be gradually clearing, and we'll be seeing plenty of sunshine with those temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 70s. We'll have a full look at that forecast coming up in a little bit. Jason and Katrina.
Thank you, Reed. Well, there's this tiny little event happening this weekend. You may have heard of it this Sunday. It's the 41st running of the Boilermaker Road Race.
Oh, there is a lot going on this weekend. A lot of different components to bring it all together in order to make everything run smoothly on race day. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Starting at noon today, it's the Health and Wellness Expo at MVCC at the Jorgensen Center. Now, this isn't just the place to pick up your race packet. It's a place to learn more about the best 15K in the country. Bring the fam. There's a food court, live entertainment, race merchandise, interactive booths, a runner's forum, and so much more. And remember, when you're coming to get your race packet, you have to have your confirmation email and a photo ID. They discourage runners from picking up another racer's packet, but if you must, please bring a copy of that runner's photo ID with you, along with a note from that runner. Now, race packets will not be given to anyone who do not present a photo ID. Now, we are going to broadcast live today at the Expo at MVCC at noon, 5, and 6. The Expo runs from noon until 7 today, and tomorrow from 8 to 4:30, again at the Jorgensen Center at MVCC.
And while the Health and Wellness Expo is getting underway today, the official Boilermaker weekend festivities kicked off last night with the annual Citroen wheelchair reception. Past and present wheelchair racers honored at the ceremony. Guest speaker was a father who runs the race with his daughter as a duo. Also, we learned who this year's Citroen wheelchair challenger is. It's AJ Timberlake. His goal is to complete the Boilermaker 15K in 2 hours and 15 minutes or less.
I'm not gonna stop trying until that 2-hour mark. I'm just gonna force myself into any craziness that I can push myself forward until that 2-hour mark. 2-hour mark, you might see me slow down a little bit.
Something quite special about this Sunday's race. This year, there is a record-breaking field of wheelchair athletes.
That's right, 50 racers have registered, surpassing last year's total of 43. And Herman Garrick is one of the racers gearing up for another Boilermaker. Garrick was in Atlanta just this week and competing at the Peachtree Road Race on the 4th of July. He finished 6th overall in the wheelchair division and earned a personal record at the 10K. He just did a 10K on Wednesday and he's going to do the Boilermaker on Sunday. How about that? He finished the Peachtree race in 22 minutes and change, which averages about 3 minutes and 25 seconds per mile. That's pretty awesome. Garrick is back in Utica prepping for the Boilermaker and says, it's been a pleasure watching this wheelchair competition grow.
Oh, it's awesome. When I first started off with the Boilermaker, we were somewhere around 15, 16 chairs, and it slowly but surely went up and then down some years, but last year we had 40, and we said, hey, can we push that a little bit up to like 50 or something? And they kind of said, well, you know, maybe if we kind of look a little bit further and see if we can get some athletes in. It's just awesome. Getting competitors and more people to do the race is a great feeling because it's one of the best races in the world. Just kidding, it's the best race in the world.
Love that sense of humor.
I know, Herman's one of the best people I've ever known. Also, a record number of women have registered for the wheelchair division. 10 are now on the roster.
And now for some housekeeping. Officials with the state DOT have addressed any and all concerns with the condition of the race route. There will be 12 message signs to direct Boilermaker traffic. That includes the Burstone Road Bridge, which has been under construction for several months. There are concrete barriers and several orange barrels scattered all over the bridge. The DOT officials tell us the barrels will go away, but runners need to know the concrete barriers will remain. Roadside mowing and street sweeping also taking place this week. DOT has 20 people running the Boilermaker this year. For a full list of the road closures for the Boilermaker Road Race, you want to go to our website, WKTV.com, because we know there are other things going on this weekend. There really are. And as we get closer to the Boilermaker, DOT officials are not the only ones preparing for the big day. Saranac FX Met Brewery staff prepping for that big post-race party.
That staff, by the way, has been working hard over the past 2 weeks just getting ready for the party. And this Sunday, more than 40,000 people will be at the brewery for some post-race fun. Staff have been having a lot of late nights and early mornings in preparation for this Sunday. They'll be up as early as midnight the day of the race doing party prep. And so far, they've been putting up sponsor banners, getting beer trailers ready, and organizing the facility. Staff expects to pour about 300 halves of beer. Half kegs must be.
Yeah, it's got to be half kegs because I wouldn't want a half cup of beer.
No. And by the way, staff will be nice and ready for their hard work come race day.
Once it all comes together, it's honestly electric. Being a part of it, it's my 6th year down here working these events. The Boilermaker Road Race, it's a lot of fun to watch what goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of people who volunteer. There's a lot of committees that go into planning this race, and just the everyday person who would come to this race or who would stop by the post-race party, they don't really get to see what goes on behind the scenes, and it's really impressive in how a community can come together and host an event like this.
Staff says preparing for the party has been challenging with the current heat wave. They say it's been hard to keep the beer trailers working and keep the beer cold, but they say it should be fine as long as they're well stocked and prepared with ice. They also say that parking is going to be tough on Sunday, so if you're going, make sure you come and park where you're supposed to. Get there as early as possible.
Follow directions, right? And while everyone is preparing for the big day and runners are getting their last practice runs, the city of Utica is working on getting the track in shape. Road crews out early in the morning repainting the Boilermaker start line on Culver Ave. 14,500 participants are expected to toe the line come Sunday.
If you've never watched our Boilermaker coverage on TV, you're missing out on seeing some different perspectives that you just can't see when you're running or even watching the race in person. And one of those vantage points is on a motorcycle. Our own Kirk Tupai is on that bike each year and tells us how the driver makes all the difference.
Driving a motorcycle is a great way to enjoy the open road, but when you have 10,000 people running behind you, it becomes a real job.
They just think, oh, there goes the guy on the bike with the cameraman. And, you know, I don't think they know how much is involved and how difficult it is.
Jim Kennedy has been driving the lead motorcycle in the Boilermaker road race for 17 years now. He talked about some of the challenges he's faced with while navigating through the course.
Well, I've got to pay attention to the two media trucks in front of me. I, of course, pay attention to the runners. Then we catch up to the wheelchair racers, and I've got to avoid them, pay attention to them, and of course pay attention to the crowd. They're getting out onto the course, leaning, waiting for the runners to come through.
He also has to listen to directions from the television crew, watch for potholes, grates, and any debris in the street. While Jim might not be running the race, he is under a lot of pressure and conditions aren't quite what you would think.
I'm only going in first gear the whole way, so the engine gets hot. It's a warm, you know, everybody thinks it's a nice school ride. I'm not a runner, it's not hot out, but the engine gets very hot, and it's fun, but it's a job.
That job requires him to pay attention, but even with all that going on, he still has time in his head to have a little fun.
You know, sometimes I pretend they're cheering for me. I know they're not, but it's, you know, it's a lot of fun. And I've got the best view of the race. I watch the winners, the leaders the whole way, and it's a lot of fun.
So if you're coming out to watch the Boilermaker on Sunday, be sure and cheer on Jim Kennedy. He'll be working hard to provide the best race coverage on TV. In Utica, I'm Kirk Tupai reporting for News Channel 2.
And that's award-winning coverage as well. Take a look at our coverage plan starting today. We're taking the shows on the road. News Channel 2 at noon, the Live at 5 News Hour, News Channel 2 at 6, all on site for the Boilermaker Expo. Then tonight, CBS Utica at 7 o'clock. It's our Go the Distance recap show, followed by the Boilermaker All Access show at 7:30. And then on Saturday, that's tomorrow, if you're keeping track, live reports from the Kids Run on News Channel 2 Weekend Today and a special 1-hour broadcast with myself, Katrina, and Jill. That's at 7 o'clock on CBS Utica. Sunday, all hands on deck. The Boilermaker coverage begins at 7 o'clock on WKTV. We're on air and streaming online on our website, WKTV.com.
Phew. Time is 5:42.
That's a lot of stuff.
I feel like I just ran the Boilermaker. Still ahead, we've got a lot going on locally other than Boilermaker coverage. We'll lay that out for you after the break.
Also coming up, the Harriet Housewife. Got a yummy classic recipe that you can just whip up for this Boilermaker weekend or for other things that you're doing besides the Boilermaker. First though, get that morning commute check with Reed.
Well, if you are heading out early this morning, you might want to bring that umbrella with you because we are looking at some scattered showers and thunderstorms.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Jason Pallas, Katrina Smith, and weather with meteorologist Jill Reel. News Channel 2, where the news comes first. Listen to News Channel 2 at sunrise, noon, and the Live at 5 News Hour on Talk 100.7 FM. Talk Radio has moved to the FM dial on Talk 100.7 FM.
Time to meet the newest member of the Morning Mug Club, brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. That's Boilermaker Pasta Challenge. Can you eat as fast as you can run? Well, there's fast eaters and then there's others. And the Carmela's Cafe Pasta Challenge is coming up this weekend, Saturday, July 7th at the Health and Wellness Expo, I should say, at 12 o'clock at MVCC at the IT building. Two-person teams are presented, unless, of course, you're Reed. Reed, you're doing this, right?
I am doing this one, yeah. I can definitely eat faster than I run. That's a definite. So we can go with that.
You can register at carmeliscafe.com or stop by the gym during the expo hours, which of course you just heard. For more information, you could also email cindy@boilermaker.com, but it should be a fun time this weekend. And if you want to be part of the Mug Club, so simple, just give us a call or email us. We'll find a date that best corresponds with your event. Let's talk hour by hour quickly because we've got a lot to get to
Yeah,
today.
so the showers that we were talking about are clearing out early this morning. So with that, we're starting off really more so on the cloudy side. We're going to gradually start to clear out as we work our way into the later part of the morning, becoming mostly cloudy by noontime. Highs already up into the mid-70s by that point. Depending on how much sunshine we'll see in the afternoon, we'll get close to the upper 70s. And with that, we still continue to see those skies clear out as we work our way into the later part of the evening. And that trend is going to continue into the night as well. Jason and Katrina.
Reed, thank you. The Harried Housewife has a classic summer recipe for us today.
Hey, if you're carb loading, how about whipping up some good old pasta salad for the weekend?
Good morning. This is Cynthia O'Connor O'Hara, also known as the Harried Housewife. This week's recipe from the Harried Housewife's recipe box is for pasta salad. Perfect for potlucks, backyard barbecues, or to tote to your favorite picnic spot, this pasta salad is a tasty twist on tradition. By adding a splash of the liquid from a jar of marinated artichoke hearts, it's easy to boost flavor in the vinaigrette. And you can use store-bought Italian dressing in place of making the vinaigrette if desired. Pack into a mason jar and attach a fork for a fun and a convenient way to savor this summer salad. Here are the ingredients: rotini pasta, marinated artichoke hearts, olive oil, red wine vinegar, sugar, salt, oregano, garlic powder, pepper, provolone cheese, Genoa salami, red onion, bell pepper, tomatoes, pitted ripe olives, Parmesan cheese, parsley, and basil. Begin cooking rotini according to package directions. Meanwhile, prepare vinaigrette. Drain rotini, rinse with cold water, and drain again. Add rotini to cheese and salami mixture, drizzle with vinaigrette, and toss to combine. Cover and chill for at least 1 hour and up to 1 day in advance. To get this recipe and others like it, visit WKTV.com or theharriedhousewife.com, or you can always write to The Harried Housewife, P.O. Box 16, Whitesboro, New York 13492. Join me next week for another tasty recipe from The Harried Housewife's recipe box. See you then.
It's 5:48. Coming up, a lot happening in the day ahead. We'll lay that out for you.
And you're never more than 10 minutes away from a forecast. Reed has that. Your Boilermaker forecast coming up.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Reed Kisselback.
Good morning, welcome back everybody. We're starting off our day right now with a little bit of some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, but that is going to clear as we work our way into the later part of this morning. We're going to start things off though with a live look at our Aruba Collision Tower cam facing out towards Utica. You can see some clouds still sticking around as well as some scattered rain showers. And as we take a look at that radar and satellite over the last 6 hours, we can just see this is the last line. This is the cold front that's going to be bringing us all that nice, cool air. And so you can see we're in that very last end of it. And once that passes through, we are in smooth sailing for the weekend. Let's take a look at the temperatures outside. 68 in Big Moose, 74 in Rome and Whitesboro. Heading on down into the southern valleys, we have 74 in West Winfield, 74 in Cooperstown, 71 in Skenevis. If you are looking for the next opportunity to mow the lawn, look at your Warner Sales and Service Mowcast later today. Looking good. We got to give that grass some time to dry, but the whole weekend you are looking good to go. So it is just a matter of what day is going to be best for you. And as we take a look at humidity levels for today, they're going to be dropping from muggy conditions down to comfortable as we work our way into the afternoon. So that is a good news for us as well. That's going to be keeping things feeling good as we work our way into the Boilermaker weekend. Those winds are going to be kind of breezy today and then cooling down as we work our way into the evening. But we'll give you a quick look at that Boilermaker preview. First glance at it, we're looking mostly sunny and comfortable outside. It is going to be a good day for a road race. And as we take a look now at your Skycast for today, heading towards noontime, starting to see some sun working its way into the area. Clouds are going to be gradually clearing, temperatures into the low 70s by this point. We are expected to get our highs up into the mid to upper 70s. By the time we're at 5 o'clock, we're looking at mostly sunny skies with those temperatures now dropping towards right around that 70-degree mark. And if you do have plans to head out this Friday night, around 10 o'clock, those temperatures are already dropping down into the 50s, so maybe bring a light hoodie with you to keep cool. But for today, we are going to be seeing a decrease of clouds throughout the day, those highs getting up into the mid to upper 70s, and heading into night tonight, Those skies continue to clear, and with that, our overnight lows are going to be dropping down into the 40s. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, though, once the rain clears, we're looking at plenty of sunshine heading into this weekend. Boilermaker looking very good as well.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Reed.
Yeah, no
Why,
problem.
thank you, Reed.
Well, the Utica Genesee Street Market will be in full swing downtown today.
Perhaps a look at some of the events we'll be following for you in your day ahead. Farmers Market on Genesee Street runs from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. Get out and get those fresh finds. Cute crafts, too. Everything Boilermaker happening today. It's sure to be busy, so don't miss out on the fun of the Farmers Market.
Congresswoman Claudia Tenney will be holding a medal ceremony today in honor of William Rhea. The ceremony will take place at the West Side Senior Center on Court Street. That's at 10 o'clock this morning. Rhea served in the Army during World War II and has earned several distinguished awards throughout his life.
And the Kirkland Town Library will be holding its annual book sale starting today, going throughout the weekend. Book sale is held on the Clinton Village Green. Today, the sale will run from 11 in the morning until 8 in the evening. Large selection of all kinds of books, DVDs, puzzles, records, much more. Cost is $5 for a bag full, and proceeds benefit the library's programs.
Time now 5:54. If you're just waking up, we have the latest headlines to help you plan your day.
And Reed is tracking those temperatures, nice cool temperatures heading into the weekend.
It's 5:56. Good morning. It's Friday, July 6th.
Let's take a look at your news and weather headlines. The information you need to start your day off right. 17-year-old was shot on West Street in Utica late Wednesday night. Utica police say it happened just before midnight. They tell us Giovanni Williams was rushed to St. Elizabeth Medical Center. He did have surgery and is now in stable condition, but no one is in police custody.
A small dog is dead following an accident on the Seneca Turnpike. It happened just before 2 Thursday afternoon. An SUV was turning left out of the Wendy's parking lot and failed to give the right of way. The car struck the front end of coming to a stop on top of the car. Nobody was injured in each vehicle, but the small dog riding in the passenger seat of the car in the back was killed. Driver of the SUV, 24-year-old Liam Halpin, was ticketed for failure to give the right of way. Checking the forecast, here's Reed.
We're going to see those skies gradually clear as we work our way into the afternoon, and with that, temperatures are going to be getting up into the mid to upper 70s. Jason and Katrina.
Reed, thank you. More news still to come. It's 5:57, including all of the traffic and street closure information you're going to need to know for Boilermaker weekend.
Also, big Boilermaker Expo today. We'll be there. We're taking our shows on the road. We'll tell you why you shouldn't or can't miss it. News Channel 2 at Sunrise continues after the break.